Then I was in Form 2. So it was break time, and then I realized I wanted to go out to eat, and then I realized all the boys were like, hey, hey, and some were laughing. I didn't know why. No one told me that this is what has happened to me. No one told me there is something. And as at that time, I didn't know anything about it.
That was your first menstruation?
Yes.
That was your first menstruation? Yes. And one thing I like about you so far, aside your beautiful looks and all, she speaks so good. I mean, her English is so good, huh? JSS, yeah. And she even stopped school. But she speaks so impeccable English. Please go on. So the boys were laughing at you. Yeah. Others were saying, A.
Yeah.
And then your attention was drawn to it?
Still, I didn't know what was happening. So I just went out, and then my maths teacher told me that I should come, that there is stain at my back.
Your maths teacher, male or female?
Male.
Male, okay.
Yeah, so he told me to go to one of the female teachers. So I told her what is happening, like, is there some sickness or what? And then she told me to go home. I should cover. She gave me a jacket.
To cover yourself?
To cover myself and then go home.
How old were you at the time?
I was 12.
And you didn't know about menstruation? You didn't know about blood flow?
I've heard of menstruation, but I didn't know that's how it's supposed to come. Or I thought maybe when it's time for me to menstruate, my mom would tell me, and then I just work hard. So I didn't know that it would come like that. So when I go home, my auntie was not really giving me any money. So I used a toilet roll to cover that place, but because of the experience that happened, I didn't want to go out, so I didn't want anyone to laugh at me. So there was this guy in our area.
Did you stop school?
No, I didn't stop, but I had to stay home for some time.
Okay, you stayed away from school for some time?
Yes.
How long did you stay away from school for?
For 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks?
It was my English madam that called me to
come back to school.
Yeah.
She did very well. She did very well. So you had to go back to school after 2 weeks.
Yes.
How was it like going back to school? To that same classroom where the boys were saying A, and were laughing at you?
I wasn't feeling comfortable. I was very shy because I'm like, they said boys are not supposed to see something like that.
It's not true, huh? Now you know it's not true.
And so I was scared. I didn't know, but they didn't behave like that though.
Okay.
I think they spoke to them, so they didn't behave like that to me.
So were you able to complete school? The GSS?
GHS, yeah.
You completed GSS?
Yeah, I completed GHS.
Wait, did you continue? Did you further your education?
No.
You did not?
Yes.
Okay, so that's for another conversation. So you went back to school, but there was this guy in the community, like you were saying.
When I was at home, there was this guy. I was very young, so when I used the tissue paper, he saw me and then he was like, Adebia Kawechi.
You saw yourself again?
Yeah. See, the tissue, I think the blood overflowed in the tissue.
So that was the second time you had soiled yourself?
Yeah. But it was that same menstruation.
Yeah, I know. But the first one was in school, and the second one was when you were home. Okay. So, and you're saying he's old. How old was he at the time?
I think he'll be in his 30s or something.
He'll be in his 30s?
Yes.
And you were what?
12 years.
12-year-old? He said, I'm wondering how you were looking like when you were 12.
Tiny.
You were tiny?
Yes.
And he said what to you?
He told me, he said, I've stained myself. And then I told him, I didn't know they are not supposed to know because I was home. And I told him, say, moja fili my ass ba. Entina yesa. No, say okay. Me found coffee na kwa washing. I saw him like a father figure in the
community.
Yeah, so I saw no harm in following him, and then he made me wash. Man, I said na, and then I told him this and this is what is going on. And I said, oh dear, and if we also there, no, once the 50 pesos now they are go school. And I told him okay. Also they were saying yeah, men yeah, then but at that time pad was 3 cedis, 50 pesos.
At the time, a sanitary pad cost 3 cedis, 50 pesos. And
yeah.
Did you know him already in the community? You knew him?
Yeah, I knew him.
And he when you saw yourself, he says, why didn't you go home? Why did you follow him to his house to go wash yourself?
I saw him as a father figure, someone that I know he couldn't harm me. At least he's my dad's age, so he wouldn't.
And again,
do
at the
that
time you assaulted yourself to walk back home means a lot more people will see that you have stained your dress.
Yes,
so you went to his home. He gave you a place to shower or wash down.
Yes.
And then he said, well, he will give you 1 cedi what?
50. When I told him what is going on, he told me he'll give me 1 cedi, 50 pesos to school, and then when I'm menstruating, he'll give me a pad. So he said I should be managing the tissue for now. So I used to go to his house, and then last time he told me that he wants to talk to me. At that time, I was very young and I didn't know anything. So he told me he likes me, and then he he will take care of me. He will buy me more pad and then give me more money to school. He will increase the money to 3 cedis if I
agreed to be his girlfriend.
Yes.
How old were you at the time?
I was 12.
Still 12?
Getting to
13.
13, yes.
And you saw him as a father figure. He was way above 30. Took you to his home, asked you to wash it down because you are staying in your dress. Said he was going to give you 1 cedi 50 pesos for your upkeep, kind of. Yes. And then if it was that time of the month, he would support you with sanitary pads. Listen, listeners, if you listen to this story by Fia, she ended up getting HIV/AIDS. It all began because she didn't have access to sanitary pads. The auntie, was this auntie you were living with?
Yes.
The auntie was not supportive. The auntie was not giving her. She used tissue paper, or let's say tea roll. It didn't help her. And then this man says, well, I'll give you 1 cedi 50 pesos every day. Increase it to 3 cedis when you agreed to be his girlfriend. Yes. But did you know what you were getting into when you said, yes, I'll be your girlfriend?
I didn't know, because I thought if someone wants to help me with pad and I wouldn't disgrace myself again, why don't I go for that offer? And then that day, I think he disvirgined me. I was crying.
That day you went
I
back to him.
Because he bought the part for me. Yes, he bought it for me. Say, "Obi answer, Obi answer me." I met you said the so I thought, say, "Oh, any papa." So time I know what me said the he's a good person.
But didn't you feel shy to go naked in front of him?
I was shy at first, and then he told me nothing will happen. I shouldn't worry. He's old. He can, like, you know how.
And was it a compound house? What kind of a house was he living in?
He was living in his own house with his kids, I guess.
He has kids?
Yes.
He had kids?
Yes.
How old was his oldest child?
I don't know the age though.
Would it be close to your age?
But she's older than me.
The oldest of his children was older than you?
Yeah.
She's
Sister Kate. Yeah, that's how I used to call her. Sister Kate at that time.
Don't worry, I said Kate is an English name, so fine. I mean, you heard the voice of Wendy. Wendy's crying in the studios. I don't know what's making Wendy to cry. Leo, give her some solace for me. Why? Comfort her for me. So that day he said he was like he liked you and all that. That was the same day he had sex with you.
He talked me into it. I was young and naive.
12 years. And you gave in?
Yes.
What happened after?
Always whenever he wants, maybe before he will give me money for that, he has to do something with me.
So before he gave you money for, is it the 3 cedis or the money for the sanitary
pads? He didn't
pads?
increase the 3 cedis.
He didn't increase it?
It was still the 1 cedi.
He did not increase it?
No, he didn't increase it.
Oh, Charlie. And so he slept with you before he gave you the 1 cedi 50 pesos, or sleeps with you before he gives you the money for the pad?
He gave me the pad before he said, or the pad number mommy. Yes, sir. So me use toilet roll na umbesere me. Me who be go on no master. But I confided in him and told him, say, yeah, me pad no cry, me nye be but me cry, me who said they are mentioning in this man. And he told me, say, that is why God sent him to my way. He's there to help me and all that.
Mentioning God too in this. Why didn't you go to your auntie?
She wouldn't mind me.
She
doesn't even give me money for food or anything.
She didn't give you money for food or anything? When
I went there, I told her, I was sending out mommy.
Oh.
Even sometimes when I'm going for my, she'll be like, sending out mommy. So even when I told her, she didn't mind me, I was sending out mommy. So I didn't tell her, I just used the toilet roll. And then
so this girl gets pregnant, and it was found out that she has HIV as well. If her story is not moving you, if you're a father, if you're a mother, if you're a woman, if you're a parent figure, if her story is not moving you to pick up your phone right now and say, listen, let me protect some other girl somewhere, I don't know what other thing will make you support our cause. Our mobile number again is 059-303-8840. The name on the account is Multimedia Group, but you see boy few there. Don't be bothered about it. It's still the same account.